Hola, good morning. Welcome to Monday morning yoga. I hope everyone's well and another sunny start to the week, which is great. We're going to be working this morning on almost completing our chakra sequence. So we're going to be coming up to work on a little bit on our third eye chakra. So it's kind of the link between the spine and the brain. And if you're not sure where it is, you could just picture it as being in the center of your forehead. Or if you wanted to, you could physically locate it. There is a little place in the middle of your forehead that feels a little bit flatter, like just a little round, flat place. That is your third eye center. So you might just want to make contact with that now. Someone else coming on. There we go. Hello, whoever's just joined, welcome. So we're just going to sit for a moment to contemplate, not unable, but our third eye. So find your comfortable seated position, remembering as ever that the most important thing is just that you feel you've got a nice upright spine. So your leg position doesn't matter. You can sit legs out straight, kneeling, easy cross-legged, whatever feels right for you. And just bring the thumb and the first finger into Chin Mudra. Take a couple of breaths, maybe have a wriggle and a jiggle through the shoulders, the neck, just releasing down. Good. And then you're just going to gently close the eyes and focus in on the breath. Just let everything settle for a couple of breaths. Make them nice, deep, quality breaths. Allowing the breath to travel into the lower lobes of the lungs, so the belly expands as the diaphragm pushes down. Eyelids softly closed. Tune in with how it feels to be here on your yoga mat on this final Monday in April. We've already skirted through April very quickly. And then we're just going to do a little bit of work on imagining what's happening with the breath. So we're going to imagine that the breath is starting away from us in the distance. You're drawing it in through both nostrils, but then it's coming up to join at the third eye center. So it starts off from a distance. You're drawing it in through both nostrils, and then it's as if the breath converges at the third eye center. And then you release it back out again. So just bring that visualization in if it feels okay for you. Otherwise, just breathe, enjoy a lovely deep breathing. So drawing the breath in from a distance, up through Ida Pingala, left and right nostril, to converge at the third eye center. So the third eye center is all about your inner wisdom. It's also about your sense of connectedness. There are only two petals on the third eye chakra, Ajna chakra. Its color is purple. Those two petals represent lightness and darkness. They represent the Ha and the Tha of Hatha Yoga, the sun and the moon, Shiva and Shakti. And very beautifully, they represent Gu in the darkness and Ru in the lightness. So it is your inner guru, which I think is beautiful. So drawing the breath up to your inner guru, your inner state of pure total wisdom. Good. And then allowing the breath to just return to its normal gentle ebb and flow. And you're going to rub your palms vigorously together. Keep the eyes closed. Create some heat between the palms. When you feel that heat generated, place those nice warm palms over your closed eyes. Allow the eyes to draw in the heat. Really soothing technique for tired eyes, for headaches. And then gently open your eyes into the darkness. And then begin slowly to just release the hands away, open the fingers to let the light back in. And the hands coming down. Good. If you're in cross-legged, uncross the legs and cross them in the other way. Or just have a wriggle and jiggle, change your seated position altogether. We're just going to take that connection with the third eye a little deeper. So we're going to just let the hands rest gently on the thighs. Bring the chin down, so you're forming what we call our Jalandhara Bandha, which is an energy lock in the throat. Good. And then as you breathe in, eyes are open now, and you're going to look up towards your third eye. So you're looking up, you've not thrown the head back, you're just looking up gently. It can feel a bit strange to have the eyes converging on that midpoint. And then gently coming back down. You might close your eyes now as you bring the chin all the way down into Jalandhara Bandha. So it's a similar way, breathing in, you're looking up. Finding that midpoint connection with your inner wisdom, and breathing out, you're closing down. It's a similar way to how we started our chakra practices for the heart, for the throat, but our center of focus is completely different. It just shows that where you take your awareness is where you find the effect. Yes, releasing down. Once more. So if it's starting to feel at all strain through the eyes, just relax back to have the head neutral. And release back down to Jalandhara Bandha. Chin tucked in as far as it will go. Yeah. And then breathing in back to neutral. Roll through the shoulders. And round the other way. And then one might go one way. And, sorry, not one going one way, but just taking them out of sync is badly explained. Tongue-tied Monday morning. Good. Lovely. And then drop the chin down gently once more to the chest. And roll the chin over towards one shoulder. And as you breathe out, back round to the other shoulder. Should feel nice and soothing for the neck. Might be a little strong, there's often tension caught in our necks. Good. Once more to each side. And then gently coming back to center, chin down, breathing in, releasing back up. Good. Shrug the shoulders high. And a little massage from side to side. Listening in to any little creaks, little noises. Good. Back to center, shrug even higher. And release. Good. Breathing in again. Shrugging high, releasing. We're going once more. Good. If you're in cross-legged, uncross the legs, send the way down the mat. If you're in kneeling, again, send the legs away down the mat. You might be on your block. Just check that you're sitting on your sitting bones and pull away the fleshy part. We're just going to take a nice big forward fold. So you're lifting up out of the hips, and you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're hinging forwards and down. We're going to flow it through, so gently sliding the hands back up the legs as you breathe in. And just coming to reach forward, doesn't matter how far down you come. Work it with your breath. Good. Feeling a little stretch in the back of the legs. We're going to change it into a twist now. So your left hand is coming to the outside of your right foot. You're looking back towards your right foot. You're breathing in, you're lifting up. You're breathing out, you're floating forwards. And once you've done one to each side, have a forward fold and coming straight down. And then we'll work to either side with a small. You okay, Joe? Good. In your own breath. Good. When you come to that next forward fold, just hold for a couple of breaths. Soften off through the back of the knees if you need to. Good. Take a breath in. Slide the hands all the way back up the legs. Good. And just have a little wriggle and diggle through the ankles, loosening off. You can do your full ankle circles, or you can keep windscreen wipering side to side, or a little bit of both. Okay, good. We're going to come round to work in kneeling now. So if you wanted to work with your block, your cushion, between your back of your thighs and your heels and your calves, that just takes a bit of pressure off the knees. I'm just trying to come back in. Hello, whoever's just joined. How are we? Good. You might have your block there, you might be happy just to be kneeling. Okay. If it doesn't feel good for your knees to be kneeling, do this standing up. We're coming into a lovely big forward fold, so you can do this standing up to take the pressure off the knees. Good. So you're going to breathe in, lift up. You can look up and just connect once more with your third eye as you look up. As you breathe out, reaching forwards, coming down, and placing your third eye with great care onto the mat. As you breathe in, sweep the arms back, out to the side, lift up. As you breathe out, reaching forwards, and placing your third eye exquisitely, kindly down onto your mat. So work it with your breath, like breathing in, sweeping up, breathing out, lengthening forwards. And then the next time you're coming forwards and down, you're going to hold for a few breaths. Releasing that third eye down. If it doesn't feel comfortable, make your little tower with your fist. It's still making that lovely connection with the center of your forehead. Lengthening through the spine. Draw the breath in from the end of the tailbone, all the way up the spine to your third eye, Ajna Chakra. You're traveling through the colors of the rainbow from deep, deep red all the way up to at your belly. Good. Then we're going to take a breath in. We're going to draw ourselves all the way back. And down to the side. Good. We're going to come forwards now to work in a dolphin plank, is what I call it. The plank with your arms bent at the elbows and your forearms resting on the floor. So we're going to take our hands into Namaskar Mudra. So we're going to take our hands into prayer position. So check that you've got your shoulders directly above your elbows. And then just slide a foot back, slide the other foot back, draw in through your core. So you've got strength in the core. Good. And then focus down into Namaskar Mudra. Strong through the arms, breathe. Press into the forearms, strength up through the shoulders, draw in through the belly. So your third eye chakra is your inner wisdom, it's also your sense of connectedness. So our symbolic gesture of Namaskar Mudra, giving us that sense of connection with every single person on the planet, every single creature, everything in the universe. Big concept, hard to get your head around. Beautiful when it lands. Good. We better come out, I think. Take a breath in, draw the knees down. You guessed it, we're going to sink the bottom back onto the heels. Release again beautifully, gently. Your jewel that sits in the middle of your forehead down to softly rest on your mat. Shoulders draped over the knees, hands down by the feet. And again, that sense of drawing the breath up from the tailbone all the way to Ajna Chakra. And letting it run all the way back down once more. Good. You're going to take a breath in, slide the hands forwards. You're going to draw yourself up into all fours. And then as you breathe out, just let the hips come forward, elbows soften. And you can look up and connect once more if you wish. That third eye, breathing in, floating back to neutral all fours. Breathing out, lengthening through. So just working on our pelvic tilts here. You might want to work a little more quickly, or you might be nice and slow. Whichever feels right for you on this Monday morning. So remember, the breath is arguably more important than the movements. The two go hand in hand. The breath is what leads you through. Breathe in as you come up, out as you sink down. Once more, coming forwards. Back to neutral or fours. And then draw the toes together, send the knees wide to a wide knee balasana, wide leg balasana. So you might take a couple of breaths with the hands forward. Again, gently resting Ajna Chakra on the mat. And then you may feel like draping the arms back, releasing fully. Nice soft shoulders. Good. Take a breath in, slide the arms forward once more, releasing back up to all fours. I'm just working a few rounds of your cat to cow. So rounding into your angry cat when the breath is out. Really drawing through the tailbone, activate through the shoulders. And then drawing the breath in, lifting up. And you can look up to your third eye if you wish to. And then closing down. You're almost making that Galandharabandha. You can tuck the chin right in. Opposite energy lock. And then floating. Good. Floating. Once more. And releasing that down to neutral force. Okay. So we're going to try coming into our dolphin pose now. So it might be enough to just come down to the mat and have your forearms down. Tuck the toes under and just go to push off. That might be enough for you. You might just find that activates the shoulders enough. If you wanted to take it further, it's sometimes called puppy pose. It's like a downward facing dog, but we're on our forearms. So we've just got that crown chakra a little bit closer to the mat, a little bit more focus on it. So have a go, see if it feels like you've got enough space, because it feels a bit more compromised around the upper arms and the shoulders. If it doesn't feel right, come down and you can go into your full Adho Mukha Svanasana downward facing dog. So you're on your forearms. Forearms are parallel, you've got your fingers spread, toes tucked under as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you're releasing the spine back, lifting the tailbone as you would in downward facing dog, lengthening through. So just check how it feels for your shoulders. Might be a little bit unusual, you might not be used to doing this kind of position. And then again, focus through on your third eye. It's almost down on the mat, you can really connect into it. Breathe, soften, come down whenever you need to. And perhaps with this position, release back into pose of the child for a breath. It'd be nice to just go into it a couple more times to just see if you can find a little more peace with it. Maybe it will feel a little more easier each time you go in. So the arms slide forward, forearms on the mat. Bring yourself up. Check that connection of the shoulder and the elbow. Tuck the toes under as you breathe in. Release back. So you're lengthening through the spine first of all, and then you're lifting up. You might need to adjust the position of the feet. You can have a paddle out here as you would in downward facing dog. Good. So for what works for you, you might want to come down, take a breather. Good. And then releasing down. Sending the bottom back and counter posing in pose of the child. So the third eye chakra is connected with the pituitary glands, pineal glands, so it's about hormones, endocrine system. It works just through, well, we don't really know what the pineal gland does still, there's still a lot of mystery around that. But it's just a sense of connection with our inner wisdom is how it works through our yoga chakra system. Good. You're going to extend the arms forward now. Lift back up to neutral, pause. And come back now to transition to standing through our Adho Mukha. So take a breath in, tuck the toes under. As you breathe out, send the belly onto the top of the thigh. So you lengthen through the spine, the head is loose. And then you can extend all the way out. So just see how that feels. You can compare and contrast to your dolphin pose. And you can have a little play here. You might bend both knees, tuck to the sides. You might just be paddling out, walking your dog. Good. And then you're going to think about walking your hands to your feet or your feet towards your hands. Coming into your hand. A little sway around to one heel. Big deep U shape around to the other heel. Nice and loose and fluent. Good. And then coming back to center. And it's a slow ragdoll up. So think about it as your third eye, just moving very slowly up the body. Shoulders relaxed, head relaxed, coming all the way up. Slowly, slowly. Good. So just before we settle into Tadasana, I just want to stand out a little bit. So we focus a little bit on sending our energy up towards that third eye. And sometimes when you come up to standing, that can make you feel a bit heavy. So you might want to have a bit of a stamp out. Send some energy down through your feet. Release it all back down. Good. Then let's settle into our most important standing posture of Tadasana. So you might have your feet parallel. You might have the arches touching. You might have the toes touching and the heels apart. Choose the foot position that you prefer. Good. Lift up the toes, activate those arches. And then just have a little sway forwards, lifting up the heels. And gently back, lifting up the toes. Good. And then coming to rest. Beautifully aligned with weight going into all four corners of the feet. Good. Draw the breath up through the soles of the feet. As it comes up towards the sternum bone, release the shoulders up, back and round. So you're lifting through the front of the body. And then have the arms gently down by the side. And again, breathing in through the soles of the feet. Watch the breath as it travels up the legs, across the belly, up the sternum. This time going right up to the crown of the head, allowing you to grow up towards the belly. Good. We're going to come into our high mountain balance. So we're going to use a little mantra on the breath. So it's a very safe, simple mantra, and it helps us feel complete and connected. It's our Soulshine mantra. So there's two parts to it. The So is is almost like the sound of what comes in on your in-breath naturally, and the Ham is what comes out. on your out. So as you breathe in, you're thinking about so. You might want to just try it as you stand in Tadasana. You're breathing in, so. Hello, Megan. And as you breathe out, it's you might just feel the sounds on your breath. They fit beautifully with the sound of your breath. The so on the in-breath and the hum on the out-breath. Let's take that into our high mountain. So we're breathing in, lifting up in so. Fine again. And we're breathing out. Work it in your breath length. Once more, so soft sound on the in-breath. And your release the arm. Good. Just standing for a moment, closing the eyes or lowering your gaze to the floor. Good. I'm going to sweep the arms upwards now, more now as you breathe in. Just come into a nice side bend. So lengthen up and then turn the palms so you can press through the fingers. You feel it activate through the sides of the body, nice and strong. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, release over to one side and turn and look up and in. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathing out, releasing to the other side. One more breath. Breathe in, floating up. Breathe out, releasing off. Good. And then roll through the shoulders. We're going to work through the shoulders a little bit now in our Asana pose. So our mythical bird of prey. So we tie ourselves in knots with the arms, and then we do the same thing with the legs. Is how I can best explain it. You might want to be near perhaps a wall or something to hand just to help you balance if it does become a balance. So the first thing you're going to do is bring your left arm up at right angles. Your right arm is then going to come over the top. So your right elbow sticks out the side. Okay. You might then just have the backs of the hands together, or you might bring the palms to face each other. You're in this kind of position. Good. So already here you may be feeling that you're getting a stretch across the back of the shoulders. That might be enough for you. If you wanted to make that a little bit stronger, you work to lift the arms up and away from you. You really feel it activates the shoulder girdle. Good. Take a breath in, release that down again. We're going to work on the legs. So the first thing to think about with the legs is what's happening in the core. It's going to help us with that balance. So take a breath in, just tuck under, engage through your core. So we've got the right arm over the left, which means with the feet we take the right leg over, the left leg over the right. I'm going to say. I did the opposite instead of your Okay, so you might just come to a point where you're up on your toes. with a nice big activated feeling through the arch. That might be enough for you. And you can just sink down into both knees in that position. If you wanted to, you can go a little deeper. So you start off in that same position, you cross over the left leg over the right, and then you begin to sink down and you hook your back toes around the calf. And then you let the legs release down, draw into the belly as you raise the arms up. You are a mythical bird of prey on your cliff top, so there in your kingdom. Garuda means to devour. This posture devours your ego. It allows you to have a sense of connectedness. You feel at one with the world you are surveying, all the creatures within it. Breathe. Sink down a little deeper, raise the arms a little higher. Good. Let's think about releasing. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're flying away, releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Shoulders say thank you very much. Big, strong feeling through the shoulders. Release them through whatever you feel you need to do. Maybe a little shake out through the legs. Well done. Are you glad you came this morning? That's a biasm from my head on. Good. So this is where you're really glad that you have two sides to your being. You know what's coming down the other side. You just got to remember to do the opposite. So let's bring the right arm up at right angles. Left elbow comes over the top to stick out. And then you're either having the backs of the palms together, or you're backs of the hands together, or you're bringing the palms together. Good. Perfect. And then it's going to be the right leg that steps over the top. You might just be activating into the foot and then sinking down the legs. Or you might try letting the toes come round, hook onto the back of the calf. Pull in through your core, let it lift you, keep the spine nice and tall and long. Good. And then work with the breath in the posture. So each time you breathe out, you can soften and sink. Lift the arms up and away as the legs up and down. Big, strong posture, devouring your ego. Letting your eyes see everything with kindness. You are one with everything that exists in the universe. You are connected. Good. When is she going to let it out of this posture? Here's your question running through your mind. Let us release. So take a big deep breath in. Breathing and releasing, flying away from your cliff top. Oh, hello, shoulders. Good, well done. Nice. So we're going to come into a big forward fold now to counter pose. And we can use our Dandayama Mudra if that's okay for you, or you can just come down with the hands on the hips. So your Dandayama Mudra is where you clasp the hands behind. You're trying to bring the shoulder blades together. So it's the opposite movement that we've just done for the shoulders. And you may have your index finger pointing down. As you come forwards and down, it's likely that your hands or your palms will separate at the time. So take the feet a little bit wider than hip width. Take the breath in. Lift yourself up, lengthen. As you breathe out, think about hinging from the hip creases. Come down to your halfway point. Align your nose so you're looking down towards the floor. You might just connect a little bit with your third eye here for a moment. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, releasing down, the hands come up, the crown of the head releases down. If you're hypermobile, you sense that you've sent the weight back into the heels, soften the knees, it releases the lower back nicely. Then you can extend up close. You're lifting the arms as much as they want to go. Breathe. Good. Take a breath in and release the hands forward. Just have a little wriggle and a jiggle through the shoulders. Good. And then we're going to come up with swan arms. So we're going to let the arms come out to the side. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, arms out to the side, soft knees, lifting all the way up. And then down. Pausing for a moment into Tadasana. Good. And then we're going to look to work towards our Warrior 3 balance now. So we're going to take it from Warrior 1 into Warrior 3. So I'm going to step forwards with my left foot. I'm going to be on tram line, so I've got a nice distance between the feet. I've got a nice space. Then I'm just going to do that little experiment. If I bend into my front left knee, do I feel a nice stretch through my back leg? Do I need to just wriggle my toes forward a little bit more? Just experiment, see how that feels. Soften in and out. Good. Those back toes are just turned out slightly. Your hips are facing the long side, short side of the mat, sorry. Good. Lovely. And then have the legs straight for a moment. You're going to breathe in, lift the arms up. Release the shoulders down. Breathe in again, lengthen through the fingertips, and soften into that front knee as you breathe out. Good. Take a breath in as you breathe out, looking up towards your eyebrow center. Just for a breath, you can send the thumbs back a little bit. Good, not too deep. Take a breath in, come back to center, release that gaze. As you breathe out, you're going to release the arms down. Just draw that back foot forwards. To start off with, we're just going to have the hands on the hips. And just see what it feels like to lift that back foot. That might be enough for you. That might be what your Warrior 3 looks like. If you want to work in more deeply, you could try coming down, have the arms by the sides, lifting that back foot, coming into your T shape. Press into that back foot as though it was anchored on a wall to give you some stability. You're looking straight down at your mat. If that feels good and you want to try them more deeply, release back out, send the arms back up, take the breath in, and then release forward with the arms extended. So the arms are glued to the ears, and you're coming into that T shape with more. Everything is aligned. The hips are aligned. I can press the coffee cup on the hips. Big balance. When you're releasing down, you're bringing that back foot down. You're lifting the arms more briefly into your Warrior 1. Good. Take a breath in, back to neutral. Release the hands down. And step the feet together. Good. So different arm positions make a difference in terms of how much we're balancing. But the balances are really good for helping to dissolve that feeling of ego because we're really fully focused in the moment. Let's take that on the other side. So we're going to step forwards now with the right foot, left foot is back. All right? Let's do that the other way around. again, experiment with the base. You feel you've got that little bit of stretch in the back leg. And then straighten that front leg, sweep the arms up, release the shoulders down. Take a breath in, soften into your front knee. Good. Take a breath in, start to lengthen through the side of the body. As you breathe out, the thumbs lead you back, looking into your third eye. Good. Take a breath in, release the gaze, come back to neutral. Decide on your arm position. So maybe if you're working with the arms on the hips, down the side of the body, maybe you stay glued to the ears. Take a breath in, start to bring the weight forwards. Find your balance. So tentatively lift the toes up. Press into that back foot. Allow yourself to come forwards. You're looking down towards the mat. Whenever you're ready, we're going to release, so you're softening into that front knee, gently bringing that back foot down, lifting all the way up. Good. Releasing back to the neutral, letting the arms float down, and then stepping that back foot forwards, having a little bit of energy down. Well done. Good luck for Monday morning. Good. I'm going to come down to the mats again now. We'll come down through our Utkatasana. So your feet are parallel. You're going to sweep the arms up. As you sit, breathe out, you're sitting back into your imaginary chair. So releasing the bottom back, lifting the heart, lifting up through the crown of the head. Looking down, you can still see your big toes. Good. So sinking down with the knees, the legs, as you lift up with the arms. Good. Take a breath in. Release the arms down. Feel the effects. Take a breath in. Begin to come down. If you're okay, then squat. Come into your squat for a moment. Or just come down to sit on the mat. And then releasing gently back onto the mat. Good. So we're going to just see about activating through the crown of the head a little bit now. This might not be for everybody. So if you have been having problems with perhaps eye tension or headaches, you might just want to come into your candle, your half candle, correction, bringing the block into the lower back, sending the legs in the air. You might have a belt, so you might just relax in this way. Lovely. If you wanted to just have a little play with seeing how it feels to stimulate the crown of the head, you'd come into kneeling, you lift up into tall kneeling, and then you bring yourself forwards into all fours, and just allow the crown of the head to come to the mat. So you might want to take a pleat in your mat, but we can use a cushion because it might send you a little bit off balance. You can rest your head, release the arms down. So it can feel a little strange if you're not used to stimulating the crown of the head, not used to going into that position. If you know it and you like it, you can take it a little bit further. So you form a triangle with your hands towards the head, and then you lift up through the legs. So you're straightening out. And if you know the posture, you could walk the feet in a little bit to that takeoff point. You could start to play and lift up. You could come into your tripod where you're resting your knees on your elbows. Only if you know the posture would you go up into your headstand. So you may know the full yogic headstand where you're coming up with straight legs. You may have your basket arms coming into a straight line. Only work with that position if it feels right for you. Good. So just experiment. If you're not used to being on the crown of your head, then don't stay for too long. What's really important when you come out is that you just roll very gently to rest the forehead on the mat. And you breathe into the neck space. Breathe into the back of the neck, the shoulders, let everything release. Good. Lovely. And then we're going to release round onto that back. So slide the arms forward, bring yourself up into all fours, and then release round so that you can peel yourself down onto your mat. Good. Give yourselves a hug. And then we're going to send the left leg away down the mat. Right leg is going to extend up into the air. Switch on through both feet. Arms out at shoulder height. Take a breath in and come into a nice final rotation before relaxation. So the head turns to look the other way. Good. And then on your next in-breath, releasing that leg all the way up and lowering with control back down to the mat, or just bending it and bringing it down. Good. Bending both knees. Keeping hold of the left leg, right leg away. Left foot into the air. Take a breath in. Come across the body and over. And turn to look the opposite way. Breathe. Release. Let's go. One more breath. And on your in-breath, you're raising that leg all the way back up. And lowering it if that feels appropriate. Using core muscles to control beautifully the descent. Good. And then drawing the knees up to the chest, hugging in, taking a breath in, bringing your forehead up towards the knees. Good. And releasing back down and preparing for Shavasana. So maybe finding a jumper, maybe a blanket, Perhaps a block or a cushion under the back of the head. Tuning in with the lower back, you might want to wriggle a little bit, lengthen out through the lower back. Perhaps have the knees just supporting each other as the lower back settles. If you feel good through the lower back, extending the legs away down the mat, arms away from the side. And the chin beautifully tucked in. Wriggle and jiggle to find your place on your mat. Place where you can fully release and let go. Make as many adjustments as you feel are required. So you can allow every single cell in your body to release down and let go. And the body settles into stillness. And so the only movement is that of the flow of the breath. Just coming back to that visualization of drawing the breath in from a distance through both nostrils and letting it converge up at the third eye center in the middle of the forehead. Each time you breathe in, you're drawing the breath in from a distance through both nostrils evenly, converging up to a single point. And releasing smoothly and slowly back out once more through the nostrils. As you inhale, you're connecting with everything in the universe. As you exhale, you're connecting with everything in the universe. As you inhale, that connection with the universe is within you. As you exhale, that connection with the universe comes from within you and out to the universe. Time now to begin to complete our relaxation. Breathing a little more deeply. Beginning to move gently, perhaps stretching and yawning. And your inner guru says, be yourself. Live happily and wisely without dependence. Awaken your abilities and use them. Recognize your inner wealth. You possess everything. The entire universe is yourself. Gently rolling onto your right side if you haven't done so already, coming up to seated position.